You are arriving to a new country. You are living with people that you never have known before. You don't have the language. You are adjusting to food and your stomach may be upset about it.
Everyone just needs to try to live with someone that is different from themselves and get out of their comfort zone, because it really is a completely amazing experience.
We as FRI are working with different organizations all over the world, and one of those organizations is Intercordia. Fundacion Retro Internacional is an NGO that basically is looking for facilitating programs for young people. That is our main goal. What we are looking for is to give them a unique opportunity to learn about our culture, living with local families, especially in rural areas, doing some volunteer work, and of course we make a combination with some activities that provides to them a better understanding of the culture and the country itself.
Mentors have a really unique role in Ecuador in that they only meet the students actually when they get in country, and they're only in actually 4 of the various placements that Intercordia has, so in Honduras, the Dominican Republic, Ecuador, and Ghana. In addition to that, students also are incorporated into a really integral part of Intercordia, which is the reflection experience. And the reflection experience is kind of where I come in, where I work with students throughout the process. So it's a really great time to come together in a group and understand what has been happening in their everyday.
This is my first time traveling abroad. I've been to like different parts of Canada, but that's basically it. So this is a really different experience for me, but it's definitely a positive one.
So like the core, I think, of Intercordia is really being with and not doing for, and that's what really appealed me to Intercordia, that I wasn't going to come here to try to help someone, to try to change someone or improve anyone's life or do any of those sorts of things. And so when I was trying to kind of like talking to my family, my friends about my trip to Ecuador, they all I think thought that I was going to come here to help people and, I don't know, teach English to kids in like a way where I was going to kind of promote like the North American lifestyle.
They expected me to be building a school or building a well or something, and I was like, I'm just going there to live with a host family and work in the community.
And when I did tell them that I was not doing any of those sorts of stuff, they were like, oh, so what are you like going for a vacation or something? Like, and I was like, no, it's just to kind of like see like a different perspective of the world, like a different culture, experience all the different diversity in the world. And I think a lot of them initially had a hard time like kind of understanding it.
But then they said, that's really cool, that sounds really awesome, I wish I could like do something like that.
When you are in your 20s, you have all this energy and you want to change everything and you think you are going to be the next saver. But that is not true. I think students and we as facilitators have to be very clear that we all are learning.
I think it's really important when traveling abroad to understand power structures, to understand the helping paradigms and the issues that can come along with that. Me coming to help implies that I per se am better off. You know, I am helping them who need my help because I am in a higher position, which I think there's a lot of problems with that sort of thinking.
They are learning what it means to be in a developing country, what it means to be in a different culture, and our local families are learning about this other culture as well, with different values, but also with this unique feeling, you know, coming to volunteer. I think that is something unique, and the fact that a youngster or whoever decides to go to another country to volunteer, it makes you special. But makes you special in the sense that you are cultural sensitive, but it's not making you the saver.
Each individual is put into a work placement where they go from Monday to Friday to try to get to know the community a little bit better and be fully immersed in the culture. So I'm volunteering at School for Children with Special Needs, which has been the most wonderful experience.
My work placement was at a daycare. I worked with kids from ages 1 to 5, and being there, like, at first it was really challenging because I didn't expect them to know as much Spanish as they did. I don't know why, but I thought that we would be at a more level playing ground where I could actually understand some of the common things that they were saying to me, and that was not the case at all. They would give me looks like why don't you understand me? Like, what's wrong with you?
My placement's at the Santa Lucia daycare. I start at 8 a.m. I get there, I help them serve breakfast. Afterwards, we go upstairs into our room. We do some activities. We kind of like go over the day, just kind of like wherever I'm needed, I'll just help out, and it's pretty fun.
I'll get to my placement, and depending on the day, I'm generally put into a different class and helping out with different things. So whether it's the class for the students who are hearing impaired, and I'm doing/learning sign language with the children, or whether it's the young class where I'm singing and dancing and teaching songs. And then after my placement's done, I'll generally walk an hour home, have some lunch, hang out with my family, go to bed by 8 o'clock, which is really, really early, obviously, for Canada, but just very necessary here.
Sometimes it's really hard just to kind of like, as like, I guess, a foreigner coming in here and just kind of with a comfortable life that everyone here knows that I'm just going to be here for a temporary time and then kind of go back to my good life or whatever.
Living here is obviously very different than living at home. I do have my own room, which is nice for a little bit of personal space if I need it. But we have 3 small rooms in the house. The kitchen is separate from the house, dirt floor, and the bathroom is separate as well. We have running water for a toilet, which is really nice, but we don't have a shower, so bucket showers it is. It's very interesting though, because it doesn't bother me at all. I really love the simplicity.
My host sister speaks a little bit of English, but my host family does not know very much English at all. Maybe basically as much English as I know Spanish. Just basic phrases, that sort of thing. We interact by gestures, like hand gestures, like, oh, I'm cold, or I'm hungry, or that sort of thing. Or I have my dictionary that I use quite a bit. But then just the basic phrases and that sort of thing eventually come to you within the first 2 weeks.
And I feel at times a bit like out of like space, kind of awkward, that like, why am I here? Like, do these people really want me here? Or are they just kind of like trying to be nice to me because, you know, I'm a foreigner, I'm coming in here, so I'll try to smile, say hi, and, you know, be nice to me? Or like, do they actually really like enjoy me being here? So that's been a bit of like a struggle in my head, but at least with my family, I'm getting along, and I do think they kind of do appreciate me for who I am and don't see me just as like the North American foreigner coming in here.
It really strives to promote growth and really reshapes the way that students re-envision things, how they re-envision what everyday life looks like, how they re-envision what poverty looks like. I remember we were talking about poverty, and a lot of students when they first got here imagined that to look like people being homeless on the street, or, you know, people not having enough to eat every single day. But I think that in this experience every day, and assuming that Ecuador would be a place where there would be a lot of poverty, they've really re-envisioned what that looks like and how they understand that. And so students, instead of coming here and just feeling like, you know, that these people have less than I do, they're not able to do as much as I am, they realize that it's not necessarily that they're not able to do as much as I am, is that how they live their life and what they want out of their life is just different.
I think it's very important to realize that nowadays, with the influence of media, we all have access to everything. But at the moment that you are part of this type of program, I think it's a unique opportunity to show others that those stereotypes that we have learned through media are not necessarily the right ones.
The people understand relationships better than we do sometimes at home. The people understand community. Everyone helps each other out, and the greetings, the daily greetings between everyone. You walk down the street here and it's always buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenas noches all the time. And at home, I walk by someone on the street and they look the other way. You just avoid eye contact. Here it's true recognition of everyone's existence, despite socioeconomic status, despite gender, despite different roles that we have back home. And it's just really, really different, but very refreshing and very natural.
There are no prescriptions, there are no recipes to follow. Everyone has a different process, everyone will assimilate things in a different way. But at the end, what I'm very sure is that we are creating different citizens. I'm not saying just different human beings, but different citizens that has a lot of meaning in the sense that we are behaving in a society with rules. We are behaving in a society where we have to keep harmony. And for me, that is the biggest thank you that I can receive from whoever that has joined our program, that they have learned to be these global citizens. They have learned to respect others, that they are doing something different than other common people. They are not judging people. They are not assuming things. They are looking farther than what the media or others want to put in front of you. If you take it easy, you give yourself time to rest, time to reflect about what is happening, and realizing that you are not the only one going through those situations, that people have been able to finish this program, so you will do it too. And if you put all that positive energy in yourself, you end the program and then you said, I'm a winner, I made it.